Hello, Jonathan Martinovic here with a basic teach pendant training video for the ABB robot. Here I'm showing the basic demonstration I built using just the teach pendant. Robot Studio allows much more features. However, I find the teach pendant is better for just the basics. So to start off, once you power the IRC5 controller on and it's loaded, you get this screen. You can see how to hold it with the arm underneath and the hand strap. In manual mode, what you'll be using most of the time while learning, you have to hold down the deadman switch on the side for the robot to actually move. Now we get into the controls. Holding down the deadman switch, we twist counterclockwise to bring the end up and clockwise down. Left stick to bring it forward and right back. Up and down move towards and away from you. This obviously depends on your orientation to the robot itself. Now let's get into those side buttons. The button with the 3 dashes can be used to increment the movement of the robot. I have it set to 1 millimeter per second. This is a good setting for fine positioning of the robot. Now the next button with the numbers is used to specify what joints you want to control. At the bottom of the screen you'll see it switch from 1-3 to 4-8. This means the joystick controls the joints closer to tool end rather than the ones closer to the base. Clockwise and counterclockwise now rotate the tool end. Left and right stick now turn the end of the robot left and right. Up and down, rotate the tool end up and down. Now to realign the robot to level, tap the ABB logo. Then tap the jogging icon. Now at the bottom tap the align button, and on the next screen hold the button that says align until the robot stops moving. You might have to manually jog it into a somewhat close approximation first so it doesn't go all wonky on you. Now that final button changes the movement from linear to rotational. The robot will move its joints rather than in the XYZ axis. It's sometimes useful, but I rarely need it for most actions. Now let's open that button at the bottom right corner of the screen. Here we can change the increment used when it's on, and when running a program if it's a single cycle or it continuously runs. I wish I used this more. Here you can change the speed of the whole robot, useful for testing and programming. Now we get into programming. Go to the main page and tap the editor. Here's the majority of your workspace. Tapping modules, you can select and create and even load modules. I create a new one so I can show you how to program. However, if you're loading in the program for demoing, you can load the file from the USB port on the pendant underneath the cover. Now to create a new routine for this module, we tap Show Module, go to Routine, and at the bottom tap File and New Routine. So, now with this shiny new routine, let's add some basic movement commands. Tap Add Instruction and add either Move L or Move J. Move L means linear. The controller moves in a straight line to that position. Move J means joint. The controller moves the bot more efficiently. However, it will do so with a slight curvature. So now with that Move L, let's specify the different variables. V is for velocity in millimeters per second. A 1000 millimeters per second with this robot in automatic mode is fast and dangerous. So keep it at no more than 100 millimeters per second if you don't have a barrier between you and it. Now the Z refers to zone. Zones are how close the robot has to get to a coordinate before moving to the next one, expressed in a millimeter radius. And if you're just moving around, this isn't a problem. However, when wanting the robot to be in a specific spot, change this zone to fine so it goes exactly to the point before moving on. This is important, especially when picking something up. Now to start a program, tap the debug and then tap PP to routine. This will have the robot run in the routine that you're actually working in. Now let's get into if statements. Once you select the if statement, it'll give you an expression. First we go to change data type and find signal DI. For our class, we use signals DI2, 3, and 4 for your inputs. Now we go to Edit and All. Here we can finish the expression with an equal sign and a 1 or a 0. The code is similar to Arduino code, or actually any computer language, in its basis. If we go out and tap on the whole if statement twice, we can add an else if and else statements to the code. This allows you to have multiple decisions within a robot routine. If you want to edit the program, you can save a copy of the module into a USB and open the mod file on the computer with Notepad. This allows for easier decision tree making. However, I wouldn't recommend it for keying in the actual movement. Last thing is inputs and outputs. Go to the main screen and select inputs and outputs. Here you can monitor and force bits to change when working with the program by selecting the 1 or 0 at the bottom. This is useful when testing each decision in the program or turning on or off the digital outputs manually. Now go back to the program editor, go to Add Instruction, and use the set command. In our class, we use DO1 and DO2 for selecting the vacuum solenoids. Also, you can use the wait time command to let previous commands work before moving the robot. When you want to switch a digital output off, use the reset command to switch the 1 from a 0. So, this is a bit of dense set of instructions. However, it will give you what you need to learn on how to work with this system.